Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to show you 3 different tips on how you can adjust to transition. Alright guys, so whether you're bowling a league or a tournament, something that is 100% guaranteed that is going to happen, it's going to be transition. So transition, it means that the oil is going to change as you bowl, because either your ball and your teammates and your opponent's ball is going to change the pattern. So how you adjust to the transition can define either you bowl really good throughout the night or you're not. So today we're going to show you how can you detect transition and some tips on how you can overcome transition as well. Alright guys, so the first tip that we're going to talk about here is identifying transition. So when you're all of a sudden starting and you're lined up, you're hitting the pocket, but then you start seeing your ball getting like flat tens or your ball start coming up high, you gotta be able to trust your game, because one of the most common mistakes is like people think they're throwing it bad and they just don't move for the whole game, and that ends up being a bad game. So one of the key things for identifying transition is you start seeing your ball come up high, or suddenly your ball's hooking too early and doesn't get to the pocket, doesn't recover as well. So that's a sign that you need to make an adjustment. So here are some of the adjustments that you can make when you start seeing transition. So let's say your ball start coming up high, you most likely gonna want to move towards the middle part of the lane, because in the middle part of the lane, on a typical house shot, is where the most oil is gonna be. So you need to get closer to that oil so the ball kind of recovers the original reaction that you had at the beginning. So when it comes to moving your feet and your target, one of the most common moves that I like to use, usually I like to make my standard move whenever I leave like a 4-pin or my balls are going a little high, I like to do a 2-and-1. So why a 2-and-1? So if I move 2 with my feet, it's gonna help me to move my body closer to where the oil is in the middle part of the lane. But also, if I'm only move 1, I'm gonna keep my ball in that oil. Like, it's gonna help me to keep that ball in the middle part of the lane, but also sending it with an angle to the friction. Because sometimes we move like 3 boards and we keep our target the same, so now all of a sudden our alignment is gonna get out of place because the target is so far off of where I'm standing. So you just gotta make sure you keep moving your feet and your eyes at the same moment. Alright guys, so another way to combat early hook due to transition is by adjusting your speed. So by getting your speed up, it's going to help you to get that ball through the friction, and it's going to store more energy, it's going to hit better back into the pocket. So one key when trying to get your speed ball up is not using your upper body. If you start using your upper body, your elbow gets in play, and then all of a sudden it's going to be so inconsistent. So one key to get your speed ball up is simply by using your legs. You gotta focus on get that power from the legs so you don't involve that upper body, and you still can be consistent. By using the legs, you can throw it as hard as you can, and you're gonna be consistent, and you can get through the friction, and you're gonna get that ball back into the pocket. Alright guys, so the third tip here is adjusting your release. So by adjusting your release, I mean by increasing your rotation. So if you increase your rotation, you're gonna help that ball to get through the friction a little bit better. It's gonna skid a little bit more, but also it's gonna store more energy, it's gonna come back stronger in the backhand. So that's kind of what you want when the lanes are transitioning. You want to skid through the front part of the lane, get through that oil, but when it gets to the friction, you want it to come back harder, because probably you're gonna be standing farther left, so you're covering a little bit more boards. So getting your rotation, rotating the ball, increasing your axis of rotation is gonna help that ball to create the shape you want. Alright guys, so thank you so much for watching. Please let us know in the comments what other videos would you like to see. Please like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video.